I am on my holidays, going into space with these DVD. So, hi there, everyone out there, which is exactly absolutely zero a person. So, any hoodles, I was gonna make a video once one person turns up, a single solitary person. Gonna have to turn up before I start talking about what I'm talking about. Is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? It always happens. Come on, come on. They have things for this to start. Ba-da-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Ba-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Ba-doo-dee-doo. Ba-ba-ba-boop-boop. Ba-da-dee-dee. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Boop-boop-boop. Boop-boop-boop-boop. Come on, come on. There's a person watching. Hello, hello. So the one person who was watching, who will soon hopefully become a few more people, this was a video that I was inspired to make, basically about some good Australian films. Because if you know, I am actually an Australian persona. And I don't know if you're like me, you kind of get into the films from where you're from and things. And I mean, for me, in the growing up in the 90s, there was some really, really good films being made, you know. And I guess, I wanted to talk, I said 10 to 20 good Australian films, and I'm thinking maybe the best way to do it would be by director. Um, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to hit it up and say, if you need to see an important Australian film, if you need to make a report on an important piece of Australian cinema, you would have to start with Romper Stomper and the films of Jeffrey Wright. It's Jeffrey Wright, is it? Yeah. So his films like that, not Shallow Grave, um, Metal Skin, that's an important film. Um, then you've got, Rolf de Heer, who made like Bad Boy Bubby, another essential Australian film. Essential Australian film. Bad Boy Bubby, along with Ten Canoes, and Alexandra's Project. I watched Alexandra's Project, doesn't hold up. Um, thing about Australian films are like they're super zeitgeisty. Like in the late 80s, early 90s, there was like this full on like noir movement of like, Dutch angles and like hard shadows and things like that. Never watched too many of them. Like they were very much kind of kitchen sink psychodramas kind of thing, like very kind of Sydney vibes, I guess. So yeah, Rolf de Heer. Um, then then you have Peter Weir, who made Picnic at Hanging Rock, and of course The Truman Show. Peter Weir, many good films made by Peter Weir. Then you have Bruce Beresford, who made Tender Mercies. Bruce Beresford's very good. Mal's Last Dancer. Mal's Last Dancer was a good film. So Bruce Beresford, he made some great films in the 80s and whatnot. Then getting into modern times, Gregor Jordan, blasting out of the gate with Two Hands. May Heath Ledger be looking down upon us and smiling or doing something, let us say. So Two Hands, and then Ned Kelly. What else did Gregor Jordan? Oh, he did. Yes, it was Gregor Jordan. He did the wonderful Buffalo Soldiers with Joaquin Phoenix. So yeah, Gregor Jordan's a great director, and then Andrew Dominik, of course, another essential Australian film, Chopper. You got to watch Chopper. Um, Madalena Pop, cringe. What's so cringe, my woman? Don't you like my head? Or don't you like what I'm talking about? Is it too cringe to talk about like good movies and stuff? Oh my god, just like paint me in Technicolor and fucking eat my face, woman. So anyway, talking about eating faces, um Australian horror films. So of course you've got Wolf Creek, then some of the Howling movies were Australian. I think Howling 3 specifically was Australian, Howling 2 or 3. Um, then of course New Zealand has a rich cinematic tradition of horror movies. Or was it something, yeah, I can't think of it, but a metal horror film and like Black Sheep, of course Peter Jackson's cinema, and an essential one of his films is Heavenly Creatures, I believe, with Kate Winslet and the lovely what's her face? Oh, it'll come to me. But Heavenly Creatures. And then talking about a few New Zealand directors, there is a wonderful Australian New Zealand director, Roger Donaldson. He actually comes from my hometown of Ballarat. And he moved to New Zealand in late 1970s and basically revitalized the New Zealand film industry. Maybe he found a big gold nugget or something and thought, this is much chance to make for it. So he made like Smash Palace, 13 Days, Species. Um, I think he made the remake of The Getaway. So yeah, Roger Donaldson's a great director. Of course, Taika Waititi, a great New Zealand film is called it's called Scarface. Set in Dunedin with a very, very young Taika Waititi at the time, then going as Taika Cohen. Did you know that? Taika Cohen was what he used to be known as. And then and a great New Zealand, talking about comedies, a great New Zealand comedy is called The Devil Dared Me To, about, it's from back of the Y crew, like Dick Johansenson and stuff. But basically, it's about a dude who wants to. He's like a stunt. He comes from like stunt races family, not stunt racing, and like basically, um, yeah, that he tries to jump from the South Island to the North Island. It's amazing. Like, is cringe like the new word for like cool? Is that what I'm getting at? Is this like the new slang when like grandpa turns up with fucking G string and like Wu Tang tracksuit streetwear, and the kids are all like, dude, that's so cringe, and grandpop's just like, yo my niggas, yeah, that's how we motherfucking do, yo. Something like that. Is it cringe? Is it cringe enough for you? I don't fucking know. Who cares? Anyway, I think my battery's about to run out, and I think I've talked about enough films, but I'll just go a speed round. Paul Cox, great film with Bud Tingwell, and talking about Bud Tingwell, of course, the Working Dog team of Tom Gleisner and whatnot, making The Castle and The Dish, and then Dave O'Neill is an amazing Australian radio personality slash actor slash comedian, etc., etc. A lot of his projects are worth watching. I think he was involved in a film called Takeaway with Vince Colosimo, but also he was in The Nugget with again, I think maybe Vince Colosimo, but I don't know. But that was a great film. And then Kylie Minogue was in some good films. I think it's I can't think of the top of my head. Um, what's it? Occasional Course Language was a Brisbane film, I think, or maybe Victorian. I think Brisbane. Occasional Course Language, great film, great Australian music from the late 90s. Check out some late 90s music like Spiderbait, um, the Ska Revival, like, what are they called? What are they called? What are they called? Um, Toe to Toe. uh, Jebediah, Something for Kate, um, The Fauves, all those great bands. And yeah, basically, what else? What else? There was a great revival. What is it? True Love and Romance, True Love and Chaos, something like that. And then there was like Strange Planet, um, Russell Crowe movies. Lots of period films, lots of Vietnam films. I think Genevieve Pico was a New Zealand actress. Again, oh, goodness sake, Romper Stomper, like the actress from Romper Stomper is amazing. Um, and South Australian cinema. Mortal Kombat was in a New Zealand. It was a South Australian production a couple of years ago. Um, Video Fool for Love. Video Fool for Love was like a mid 90s video journal type film, just about, stuff that we do take for granted these days, you know what I mean? Like, I used to sign off my things as Video Fool for Love back in the day. And then, oh, was it Bigger Than Tina? Bigger Than Tina is like this amazing mockumentary about this working class kind of karaoke king type of dude who tries to make it big on like Hey Hey It's Saturday or whatever. Um, Okay, talking about Hey Hey It's Saturday bands, Dogs in Space. Dogs in Space, absolutely essential. The films of Richard Lowenstein, very, very important. He made Strikebound as well. He did some stuff later. I think he made Hamlet or Macbeth. Macbeth, I think. Um, so yeah, like that was that, and talking about Jeffrey Wright, he made a film with Noah, fucking what's his name? Ben Mendelsohn and Noah Taylor. And talking about that Dennis Dugan films like The Year My Voice Broke, as well as Flirting. Flirting is an amazing film with Nicole Kidman in it. Um, I could just go on and on and on. Shouting to my friend Master Beta who loves dance. Okay. Good one, Malvinas, Argentinas. May the wind blow through you forever and ever. That is fine. Anyway, I don't know how much more battery I've got left on this, but I just say Lantana. So Ray Lantana and Bliss. Bliss is an amazing film from 1986 based on the Peter Carey story Bliss. He also made Lantana and Jindabyne. So yeah, Ray, I can't remember his name. Then fuck. Obviously Mad Max. Anything that George Miller did, the Man from Snowy River, stuff like that back in the 80s. Young Einstein, what's his name? Yahoo Serious. Yahoo Serious. Check him out. He's a boss. So like Young Einstein, Reckless Kelly, etc., etc. So that's amazing to go on. Then there was a film called something Spotswood with Anthony Hopkins and Russell Crowe and what's her face, the mum from Sixth Sense. Okay, if I can't think of another, okay, the one wasn't even it was set in Australia, but it was a Canadian production. Ted Kotcheff. Oh goodness, I'll think of it, or maybe I won't. Like someone will think of it in the answers. No, they won't. Wake and Fright. Wake and Fright. Exactly. So yeah, there, and then Baz Luhrmann cinema is amazing. Like, um, Strictly Strictly Ballroom is a great film. Um, Romeo and Juliet. Um, and I don't know about Moulin Rouge. Never seen Moulin Rouge, but Australia's a great film. And then I'm gonna try and keep this to a 20-minute video, just to keep it civilized. And then we can talk about a bit about New Zealand cinema. Of course, Zoe Bell was Tarantino's stunt woman muse. And of course, Xena, the Warrior Princess, was made in New Zealand. I believe the new Ash versus Evil Dead was made in New Zealand. You know, great shows called Outrageous Fortune, featuring Anthony Starr from The Boys. Oh my God, I've got to get back to The Boys. Oh goodness, goodness, goodness. So yeah, and then I'm just trying to think what's some important films from okay. Was it The Bank? Maybe The Bank. The Interview with what's his name? Hugo Weaving. And of course Samara Weaving is his daughter, and she does some amazing work. Oh, uh-oh. There we go. I think it's coming on to Lights Out, but this looks even cooler. Hey. That reminds me, some good Australian animation. There used to be films made in the 80s of like Spot, of course, Skippy the kangaroo back in the 60s. But what is it? Some great, look up Australian animation, like Bananas in Pajamas and Johnson and Friends and stuff. And there was a great cinematic kind of show in the early 90s based on the stories of Paul Jennings called Round the Twist. Check out Round the Twist, like really, really well made and really, really quirky stories, Talking about kids stuff, Blueback is a film with Mia Wasikowski, I think, based on a Tim Winton story. Blueback's a really nice film, and that director makes really good films. Can't think of his name off the top of my head. I think he made that film about East Timor. I think it was Balboa or something. And he's made really good films. I think he made The Interview back in the day. And then Kriv Stenders is a really good director as well. The Railway Man, I don't know if that was Kriv Stenders, but The Railway Man with Nicole Kidman and Colin Firth, etc., etc., etc. I'll leave it at that and just say one last great great, great, great film you ought to see, starring the sadly deceased Heath Ledger. And, of course, Abby Cornish, who was wonderful in Somersault, and Somersault is a great film, of course, as well. But Candy, the ill-fated love story between Abby Cornish and the late, great Heath Ledger. May he forever rest in peace. So, I've run out of battery for the Flash, so I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. I don't know if I can just do this quickly. Oh my god. Oh my god. Damn, so dark, so dark. Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys. If you'd like to subscribe or whatever, there we go. There we are. Da-da-da-dee. Bo-bo-bo-bo-bo-bo-boo. This is my digs for the evening. So, any hoodles, that's me talking about Australian films, and I could go all more at it, and I think I probably will. So, until the next time I talk about something instead, I will talk to you about the other thing that you weren't even talking about. Cheerio, my loves. Peace a doodles. Bless your heart. Sarah!